when a mysterious creature attacks and the whole town gets infected by a deadly virus. The movie begins with a man named Clyde who is busy repairing his car. Suddenly, he hears a noise coming from a distance. It turns out to be his daughter, Candy, making love with a stranger. Furious that the man has damaged part of his property, Clyde knocks the man unconscious and tells Candy to go back inside the house. When Clyde returns to continue fixing his car, he hears a strange sound nearby. Cautiously, he goes to check it out and is shocked to see a mysterious creature. Before the animal can attack him, Clyde quickly mutters chupacabra, referring to the legendary creature from Latin American folklore known as a terrifying predator. According to legend, the chupacabra is described as a hairy creature with scaly skin, sharp teeth, and deadly claws that usually attack livestock and suck their blood. The scene then shifts to four friends, Craig, Lance, Tom, and Jerry, who are heading on a vacation to a remote town. They plan to stay at a cabin owned by Clyde, located far from the bustling city. However, during the trip, they get confused because they don't know the exact direction to Clyde's cabin.
First, and then we have to go meet Clyde.
Clyde? Sounds awesome, Craig.
Tom, Jerry's from New York. Promise, we're gonna have fun, all right?
They decide to stop and wait for Clyde, hoping he will guide them to the place he rented out.
What's a chupacabra?
Up at the Mexican Farm Grill.
After waiting for quite a while, Clyde finally arrives with Candy. Without wasting any time, Clyde asks them to follow him.
Are you Clyde? My name is
Craig Thompson. Follow me.
Soon they arrive at Clyde's cabin. Before entering, however, Clyde appears unwell, coughing violently until he vomits a disgusting liquid. He then begins showing them around the cabin, introducing each room.
That's for sleeping. Pool tables, table for eating. I don't want nobody hot dogging in there neither.
The cabin is well equipped and even has a special area for barbecues. In addition, if they wish, they can go hunting around the cabin. Clyde gladly allows them to hunt, as there are several weapons provided for that purpose. However, he gives a strict warning not to enter the area fenced off nearby. It belongs to a wealthy man in the town named Billy Ray. Clyde warns them that going into that territory could cause serious trouble because Billy Ray is known as a rich and dangerous criminal. While exploring the area, Lance is tempted by Candy's flirtatious advances when she tries to seduce him into making love. Clyde immediately takes Candy away and lets the group enjoy their vacation peacefully at the cabin.
You got a minute?
Sure, buddy. What's up? Top 5.
10.
Meanwhile, Craig calls his girlfriend, Carla, to let her know that he and his friends have arrived safely at the cabin. However, Carla seems uninterested in talking because she's busy partying with her friends.
Okay. Well, I love you. You see, it's...
Night falls, and the group decides to have a barbecue party while chatting and enjoying their time together.
You know, I know some of you would have liked to have gone someplace else.
During the conversation, Craig tells his friends about his plan to propose to Carla soon, showing them the ring he has prepared. For some reason, Lance is visibly shocked and reacts with clear displeasure. Without saying much, Lance excuses himself, saying he wants to go to bed. After Lance leaves, Tom decides to tell the truth. He explains that the reason Lance looked upset is because Lance has been having an affair with Carla. Tom even once caught Lance and Carla being intimate. Although Tom shows Craig photographic evidence of their affair, Craig refuses to believe it. He insists that Carla, the woman he has loved and known for 6 years, would never do something like that, especially not with his close friend Lance. Craig's trust in Carla is unshakable after being together for so long.
That could be anybody. I'm going to bed.
Later that night, when everyone else is asleep, Lance suddenly wakes up and quietly leaves the cabin, heading to the garage. Unknown to the others, he has arranged to meet Candy there, and the two of them make love. However, during their encounter, Lance begins to notice something strange about Candy's behavior. Moments later, she suddenly transforms into a zombie-like creature. Without warning, Candy attacks Lance viciously, leaving him completely defenseless. The next morning, Craig, Tom, and Jerry are confused because Lance is nowhere to be found. They are supposed to go hunting together that day, but Lance hasn't shown up. They assume he must have gone ahead to start hunting early. The three then prepare their gear and set off for the hunting grounds.
All right, load up.
Once there, Jerry, full of enthusiasm, decides to explore the forest on foot in search of prey, while Craig and Tom stay behind at the lookout post to monitor any animals passing nearby.
Hey, and remember what I told you, Jerry?
Please, Tom, whisper. You take that back, Tom. Why?
My face is breaking out all over the place. I'm not built for it.
Just a few minutes later, Craig spots a deer and quickly takes a shot, but instead of hitting the deer, the bullet strikes Clyde, who suddenly appears from the bushes. Horrified, Craig and Tom rush to help Clyde, but when they see his face, they are stunned. It looks deformed, as if he has turned into a zombie. At first, they consider taking Clyde to the nearest hospital, but suddenly, Jerry reappears and, without hesitation, fires multiple shots at Clyde.
Scared, all right? I'm just scared, Tom.
When Craig and Tom shout at him in shock, Jerry explains that Clyde is no longer human. He's become a zombie. To prove it, Jerry takes them to a nearby spot where they find the carcass of a deer that has been savagely devoured. Jerry claims he personally saw Clyde eating the animal. He warns them that if Clyde is allowed to live, he could pose a deadly threat to them and everyone around. To ensure Clyde's death wouldn't be discovered by the police, Craig, Tom, and Jerry quickly decided to take his body to the car and plan to bury it somewhere far away. But unexpectedly, a police officer, let's call him John, chased after them after hearing gunshots nearby. John became suspicious when he saw their faces covered in blood. Although they tried to explain that they had just been hunting, John wasn't convinced. He ordered them to step out of the car so he could inspect the vehicle. Fear struck them. If John found Clyde's corpse in the car, they would be in serious trouble. As the situation grew more desperate, Jerry took a reckless action by knocking John unconscious to prevent him from seeing Clyde's body.
Think this is funny, huh? Well, let me see your load.
But there's something you should know.
Play down.
What the hell are you doing?
It wasn't an easy choice, but Jerry felt he had no other option. They knew that if Clyde's death were exposed, they would face severe legal consequences. Quickly, they stuffed John's body into the police car. Meanwhile, Craig checked on Clyde's corpse, only to find that it had mysteriously disappeared. Panic hit them as Jerry regretted not shooting Clyde in the head to make sure he was truly dead. Terrified, the three of them rushed back to the cabin to pack their belongings before John regained consciousness. If he woke up, he would certainly summon more officers to hunt them down. Once back at the cabin, Craig tried to call Lance, but there was no response. He left a voicemail, asking Lance to come back immediately. To search faster, they decided to split up. Tom would search alone, while Craig and Jerry would head in a different direction. While wandering around looking for Lance, Tom unknowingly crossed into Billy Ray's property. As the day went on and evening approached, Craig and Jerry were still struggling to find Lance. Finally, Craig spotted something through his binoculars, a black jacket near the garage, one that belonged to Lance. Without wasting any time, they ran there, only to be horrified when they discovered Lance had turned into a zombie.
You here, buddy?
Found your friend.
Lance, is that you, buddy?
Went into his head. Isn't any of this starting to click?
What's wrong with him?
A heated argument broke out between Craig and Jerry. Jerry wanted to shoot Lance in the head to end his suffering, but Craig refused, not wanting to commit another killing. In the end, they chose to flee and head back to the car. Thankfully, Jerry's quick thinking allowed him to knock Lance unconscious.
Convince you in a zombie bus.
You want me to prove it to you?
No.
Without killing him. Craig and Jerry then brought Lance's body back to the cabin and locked him inside a room.
Oh, shit. What?
This is pathetic. Brother, for the good of the family, for God's sake.
They couldn't just leave, though. They needed to wait for Tom, who still hadn't returned. While waiting, Craig and Jerry discussed what to do next. Eventually, they agreed that Jerry would go out to search for Tom, while Craig stayed behind to guard Lance and make sure he didn't escape. During his search, Jerry finds the vehicle Tom had taken earlier, but Tom himself is nowhere to be seen. He only spots fresh tire tracks nearby, so without wasting time, Jerry follows them. The tracks lead him to Billy Ray's property, where Billy Ray is seen partying with his men. There, Jerry spots Tom being mistreated by Billy Ray's thugs.
You said he didn't think I was a fool. To leave without suffering the consequences, well...
Seeing this, Jerry rushes in to help rescue Tom, but his lack of caution causes him to get caught and captured as well.
Like this.
Sir?
You do realize that you probably have an entire...
Not long after, Candy appears, now in her terrifying zombie form. Instead of panicking, Billy Ray and his men laugh and mock her, even attempting to have fun with her. However, chaos erupts when Candy suddenly attacks and bites them one by one, spreading the infection. Taking advantage of the chaos, Jerry and Tom struggle to free their tied hands. After an intense fight for survival, they finally manage to escape.
He's running around like a pony. Spanked.
While on the road, they accidentally hit a zombie, splattering its blood all over the car's windshield. Jerry stops at a nearby gas station to use the restroom, while Tom stays behind to clean the blood off the windshield.
I'm wearing a trash bag, for Christ's sake.
As he's cleaning, Tom notices a man standing in the distance, staring at him. At first, he assumes the man is a zombie, but it turns out he's still human. Suddenly, a zombie appears behind the man and bites him.
Oh, yes!
Anyway, I didn't mean it that way.
The zombie then attacks Tom as well, but Tom manages to fight back and kill it. It becomes clear that the zombie virus has spread across the entire small town, infecting the residents and turning them into the undead. Hearing Tom's screams, Jerry rushes out and finds him alive. Relieved, Jerry helps Tom back into the car, and the two return to the cabin, planning to leave town as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Craig, who's been watching TV, hears noises coming from the room where Lance is locked up. Lance is trying to break free. Eventually, Lance manages to escape, forcing Craig to fight him.
Lance!
In desperation, Craig stabs Lance with garden shears. At that moment, Lance's phone rings. Craig answers it, only to hear Carla, his girlfriend, on the other end. Through the call, the painful truth comes out. Carla really had been cheating on him with Lance. Heartbroken and furious, Craig ends the relationship immediately. Seeing that Lance is still not fully dead, Craig shoots him in the head to finish him off. Just then, Tom and Jerry arrive and witness Craig shooting Lance. The sound of the gunshot attracts a swarm of zombies to the cabin, surrounding them. They try to escape by car, but the fuel tank is empty. The vehicle won't start. With no choice, they barricade themselves inside the cabin. Luckily, there are several weapons inside that they can use to fight back. The three quickly form a plan. Jerry will go to the storage shed to get more gasoline, while Craig and Tom hold off the zombies at the cabin. Skilled with a sword, Jerry uses it to fend off any zombies attacking him along the way. After a tough battle, Jerry successfully retrieves the gasoline and rushes back. However, the situation inside worsens as more zombies break through the barricades. Craig and Tom struggle to hold the door shut, but Tom gets overpowered and dragged outside, where he's bitten by the zombies. Helpless, Craig and Jerry can only watch as Tom is devoured. Realizing grief won't help, they focus on fighting off the zombies that have made it inside.
Spilled most of the gas, boss!
That's all right.
Only the dead have seen the end of war, boss.
After managing to kill the remaining ones, Officer John suddenly arrives at the cabin, intending to arrest Craig, Jerry, and Tom for knocking him unconscious earlier. But John is horrified when he sees the hordes of zombies and the chaos around him. Before Craig and Jerry flee, they pour gasoline around the cabin and set it ablaze, ensuring that all the zombies inside are completely destroyed. John, still confused by what's happening, hesitates, and that hesitation costs him his life as he's attacked by surviving zombies. With no time left, Jerry and Craig escape the town in the police car. Before leaving, they spot Tom, now fully turned into a zombie, wandering aimlessly. In the final scene, Craig, filled with disappointment and heartbreak over Carla's betrayal, throws away the engagement ring he had planned to give her, symbolizing his decision to move on from the woman who broke his heart. Just when they think it's all over, it's revealed that Candy has secretly joined them in the car. This marks the beginning of a new catastrophe for humanity, because with Candy still infected, the zombie virus is destined to spread across the world, and with that, the story ends.